Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessATrader.com weekend update show. I took a couple of days off just to kind of, towards the end of the year, I felt like, taking a couple of days off just to chill out a little bit, relax, and kind of get ready for the next day. So it hasn't been a video for the last couple of days, but stocks we've been talking about and the pivots that finally confirmed did incredibly well. We'll get to that in a second. If you are brand new to the channel, guys, first of all, thank you very much for tuning in, finding us, giving us a couple of minutes of your time. Only thing I ask, if you could be so kind and click a like on the video if you like the content, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And again, hopefully I will continue to bring value to you. So I think a lot of times you hear retail, specifically retail, talking about the market sucks, the market's manipulated, the market's this, the market's that, the market's so forth and so on. Guys, here's the bottom line. The NASDAQ has closed 36 times, including today, at 52-week highs, right? The market doesn't suck. It's far from sucking. And if you've been watching this broadcast for a while, or even the last several weeks, you know how aggressive the market's been. This kind of really reminds me of the .com craze that, you could have bought anything at any time because the market was so ferocious. The market made you right. You didn't need to be a great trader. Hell, you didn't even need to know what you're doing. I always joke around like this, especially with my friends. Again, all of us have been doing this for at least 2 decades. And, the one thing we always joke around is like, none of us knew what we were doing. Like none of us. I mean, realistically, for the first 5 years of our career, we didn't know what we were doing. The first 2 years are basically the internet craze, and that was insane. And when you finally realize that, the market is never as good as you think, but, you're riding the wave, it's going to be a really, really shock to the system when the market finally kind of like stabilizes and starts going organically. But right now, you got to just enjoy it, right? You got to enjoy it. The market is fantastic. Stocks are just exploding left to right. It doesn't make a difference what group it is. The small caps are going nuts. The mid caps are going nuts. The crypto names are going nuts. The beta names are going nuts. Again, there's just something for everybody. But the most important part is, again, I try to reiterate this, especially in the webinar every single day. The ones that already made their moves, leave them alone, right? Leave them alone. If the stock is up 6, 8, 10, 12 days in a row, the trade is done. The meat of the move is gone. All you're doing is chasing the crumbs. Those crumbs can still satisfy your appetite, but you're chasing the crumbs. And, instead of looking, on Amazon that's up 11 days in a row, I leave it alone. Instead of looking at, Microsoft that's up 11 days in a row, leave it alone. I mean, you can see these stocks. There's only one breakout. Guys, remember, there's only one breakout, okay? Amazon broke out above this channel here, right? Broke out above this channel here, confirmed the yearly highs. So you have 2 realistic entries in the stock in the last several weeks. You had right over here, right over here, which was a week ago, or above this 216 level. So you're talking about 208 or 216. At 227, what are you doing? Like, what do you want? Is it possible the stock goes higher? Of course. But again, there's only one breakout. There's only one continuation play. You're on the 12th floor. You're long gone, right? You're long gone. You're just hoping it continues. When you're entering a trade, you're not supposed to hope. The level is telling you that's the level it should go, right? It's supposed to respect the level and go at that level. There's a big difference of entering the trade at 208. You have a point of reference versus 230 on Monday, right? Big difference. Microsoft, again, another one. Big run. Again, the breakout was right here. Here was my entry, right? 423 above the 50-day moving average. We talked about the importance of the 50-day moving average. The stock has had a hell of a run in the last week from 423 to 446. Why are you buying it at 446? Again, is it possible it goes higher? But the value is gone. The meat and potatoes are gone. You're left with the crumbs. Again, The crumbs can add up to something. You'll satisfy your appetite, but you're jumping off the 12th floor. So there's a lot of names like that, right? There's a lot of names. If you've been following the broadcast, great pivots all the way around. Apple broke out this week, right? We talked about that 238 level. Look at the name. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful move. Meta, which we finally closed out today. You guys remember Meta? Meta was awesome. We talked about watch the 50-day, watch the 50-day. It's going to light up like a Christmas tree. If it starts taking out the yearly highs, this thing's going to go. So this thing reclaimed the 50-day moving average this week. That was the entry, right? That was the entry right here, this 579. That was the entry reclaiming the 50-day moving average. Over the 50-day bullish, under the 50-day bearish, right? It confirmed. Here's your second entry, continuation, yearly highs at 603. We sold it today at 629. With how much more do you want for the stock? Yes, they were coming for the January 650s. Is it possible the stock continues to go higher? Absolutely, but the stock has gone up 60 points in 5 days. Why are you buying the stock at 630 on Monday? Again, that's the value, right? No two trades are created equal. There's only one breakout. There's only one continuation price. And the longer a stock continues to orbit the earth and goes higher and higher and higher, there's a higher probability the stock will go lower eventually, right? The rug pull. Again, you don't want to play 50-50. You want to have a very sizable advantage of the other person on the other side of your trade. And the most important part is you want to beat them at that interval. There's no bigger euphoria right now than, right? You've been watching the videos Monday, Tuesday. It was inevitable. It was inevitable, boys and girls. It was inevitable. And here we go, right? Here we go. We talked about the buyers, the 370s, the 380s, the 400s, right? It's not the first time we're talking about this. It was just a matter of time. It was getting tighter and tighter and tighter. That's what she said, right? And it was just a matter that was finally going to confirm. This thing finally went out of its mind, confirmed 692, right? Excuse me, 662. Again, this was yesterday's pivot. This was yesterday's pivot. 360, 362 needs to confirm upgrade this morning. My beautiful candle, right? Beautiful candle on one interval. I caught $9 on the move. Phenomenal. And what did it do today as an encore? Amazing move Thursday, yesterday, right? Now it needs to confirm 379, right? 379 for more. That was the earnings. That was the 60-minute supply this morning at pre-market. Look what this damn thing did today, right? Look what Tesla did. Look what Tesla did. I'm going to show this more impressive on the 5-minute chart. Look what Tesla did in the last hour of the day. It went from 379. Right now it's trading 390, okay? Look, do I think it's going to gun to my head? Do I think it goes to 400 on Monday or Tuesday, one of these days? Absolutely. But if you've not traded Tesla in the last 3, 4, 5 days, in the last week or so, in your first entries at 390, at 400, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You might as well go on DraftKings and bet on a random football game. You're doing it wrong. It's all about not jumping off the 12th floor. It's about identifying levels. It's about taking those levels with the options market, institutional money flow, and hammering down what they confirm. You're not supposed to buy $35, $40 above the pivot, right? That's the whole point. So our job going into this week, right, is not looking at the Microsofts, right? Not looking at the Apples. They made their moves already. They made their moves, right? The last thing you want to do is get a rug pull on a name that's up 8, 9 days in a row. Our job now is to find setups that are ready to go on an earnings confirmation or a channel confirmation that it put in a lot earlier. So let me give you guys a perfect example, right? Let's talk about today's pivots. So we talked about Tesla. Tesla went out of its mind, right? Here was a tight channel. Okay, not really my thing, but here was a tight channel. 75.50 rejected twice, needs to build, right? This is UPST. Here's my point. It's not up 25 days in a row, right? It's making a channel. Here was the channel. Here was the tight channel here, right? 75.50 was the high from December 2nd, and then it went sideways, had a 5-day channel, finally got above the 75.50, and the stock went to 78. Again, this thing looks higher, but again, look how tight this is. This is called, if you're going to jump off the first floor, not off the 12th floor, and that's the whole point. Tight channels, that's the whole key with this business. You got UPST going nuts. Snow, we had a great pivot on Snow a couple of days ago. Remember the video from Tuesday? Guys, watch Snow, earnings highs, watch Snow, earnings highs, watch Snow, earnings highs. Well, Snow took out the earnings highs on Wednesday, took out 79, traded up to this area here in the 87 area. Now it's going sideways. This is what you want to look for, right? This is what you want to look for, a tight channel, something that's going sideways after a higher move. So when it finally confirms that next leg of confirmation, that's the move, right? That's the move. That's the potential rocket. Not that something is up 26 days in a row that you're ready to jump off on day 28. So again, be smart, be sensible. You still want to participate in this really hot market. But again, look at the ones that are consolidating their ranges. Those are the tight ones, right? AI today exploded, right? Exploded. 40 needs to confirm, right? And again, here's another chart. Look at the consolidation. Forget about today's move, right? Forget about today's move. The stock went from, right? Stock went from 29 to 40. 29 to 40. You're not supposed to buy it up here. Here was the breakout, right? So what did it do? It came all the way down, right? Came all the way down and then consolidated. So what did it do today? It finally got above the consolidation. $40, right? Here it is right here, right? $40 needs to confirm. AI closed right at the highs of the day. This thing looks higher. Again, consolidation. That's exactly what you're looking for. Shopify. Remember Shopify? We talked about Shopify on the video. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Again, earnings highs. It put in the earnings highs. It consolidated for 4, 5, 6, 7 days. It needs to confirm highs, right? Shopify, 1640 needs to build. Look at Shopify. Look what Shopify did today, right? Look at Shopify did today. Took out the 1640. Bam, the damn thing went to 21. Again, big moves after consolidation. Look how long this consolidation was. This was a month consolidation. The longer the consolidation, the higher probability that you'll get your bigger move. And Meta, I mean, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Today, this was the last pivot of Meta for today. I don't want Meta anymore. Can I go to 650? Absolutely. I don't want it anymore. The damn thing went from 579 to 603 to 630 today. I'm good, man. I'm good. This is like jumping off the 25th floor. I'm good. But here's the last pivot of the day. Listen to me, the last pivot of Meta on this interval. 620 needs to confirm. That's this week's earnings highs. January buyer came in. Again, here's the option flow. And Meta went from 620 basically to 630 to end the interval. And the last one, yeah, I took a bounce on the video too. You know, I gave it all as much time. I broke even on the bounce. Nothing here, nothing there. Semis are a little bit weak, which is actually odd. And that is about it. So going into next week, guys, let me give you guys some tight channels, right? Let me give you guys some tight channels that you guys can watch. You're not chasing anything. You're not doing anything crazy. Let me give you guys some tight channels. Of course, we're still watching Tesla. Again, I still think it goes to 400 one way or another. But let me give you guys some tight channels going into Monday. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Look at CRM, right? Look, starting to look like Shopify. It had a big gap up on earnings. And what is it doing, right? It's consolidating. That's the whole point. It's going sideways. The longer it goes sideways, the higher probability this thing will wake up, right? That's the whole point. Eventually, if it starts attacking its earnings highs, this thing can wake up very aggressively. Look at ARM. Wait, before ARM, look at Avago. Right? We had a pivot in Avago. It didn't make the feed for whatever reason, but I know a lot of you guys are long Avago, right? So look at Avago. Avago today reclaimed the 50-day moving average, and the stock went absolutely berserk. Now look at ARM. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's exactly the same thing. All ARM needs to do, and again, who the hell knows if it will, but all ARM needs to do is reclaim back the 50-day moving average. It's a mirror image of Avago, Broadcom, and this thing could light up as well. Snow, again, just consolidating, man. Consolidating its next move. The longer it goes sideways, the higher probability the damn thing will explode. So definitely watch that. And a lower price stock for all you guys out there, OUST, right? Pretty basic stuff here. But look at again, here's my point about the consolidation. It had a big move on November the 11th. Look at the consolidation here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We're going to be day 20, right? It's almost a month, folks. Watch this OUST for next week as well. And obviously, 400, put it there. And let's see what happens afterwards. Guys, God bless everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Have a great weekend. With God's help, I will see you all on Monday. Take care.